gifted passer, a conference assist leader. What makes a great playmaker?
Well, look at Brian Anderson doing his homework on his partner here. I think, obviously, you have to have some vision. You've got to have a handle to be able to get to the spots you want to on the floor, to deliver the pass at the appropriate angle. But maybe most importantly, you have to have a desire to make your teammates better.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. Josh Hart is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Brunson in at the point. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Pass to Wade. Now here's Mitchell. That shot, no good. Shoots a fadeaway. Here's Hart. Out to Bridges. Anunoby with it. Second shot opportunity. No good on the shot. Doris, OG Anunoby helped the Raptors so much on their title run in 2019.
Yeah, the hard part is he was never able to suit up for the NBA Finals. To get through the season and then have an injury at that point, heartbreaking for a player. But consider, he's the first UK-born player to win an NBA title, and that cannot be taken away.
For three, Bridges. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got 4 rebounds now. Mitchell against Brunson. Pass to Hunter. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Here's Brunson. Here's the three. Counted from distance.
Boy, that's quality defense. Jalen Brunson just keeps his composure and focus.
The three from Mitchell. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. New York has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Brunson passes to Anunoby. They get the rebound. Three-pointer, Bridges. Here's Towns. Left side Hart. Outside Anunoby. And finally they hit one.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Okoro, right side. From the arc. It doesn't go for him. Oh, a nice D from Anunoby. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. We got into it about his strategy against Karl Anthony Towns. These modern bigs are tough to stop, he told me, and went on to say, I'm hoping we can just force him to take bad shots, not the ones that he wants. I'll settle for that. So they're looking to disrupt Cat's selections and keep him from his spots, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. And Cleveland has possession. Following the bucket by the Knicks. Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
BA, it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Gets the three to fall. Brunson's got 6.
This guy won't give an inch. Brunson answers back with a 3 of his own. You've got to love it.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Stolen by Mobley. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Anunoby with it. Then it's Hunter picking him up. Puts up a 3. And Anunoby gets a 3. Anunoby's gotten his second bucket.
Very hard to deal with the quickness of OG Anunoby. Gets into his pull-up game with no hesitation.
Mitchell, the pass to Mobley. Fires for 3. And it's New York with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Anunoby. Now Bridges. Towns with the ball. Over Mitchell. It's Hart on the wing. Outside Brunson. 5 to shoot. Over Okoro. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. The fadeaway. No good that time. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Boy, when these bigs like Karl Anthony Towns show off that power, you've got to love it.
And it's out of bounds to Cleveland.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Here's Mitchell. Give him 8. Okoro outside. Beyond the arc. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. He gets it up. He can't get that one to fall. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Knicks. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness on the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got Jared Allen. Chuma Okeke is out there with Max Strus. Then it's Darius Garland, and it's Jerome in at the 2. That's the group for Cleveland, getting going in the second. Doris, so much improvement from Garland since coming into the league.
Oh, no doubt, Brian. This guy is now a do-it-all guard. You can play him at both the 1 and the 2 positions. The versatility that he possesses is such an important aspect in the league today.
The Cavs trailing, and stolen by Bridges. Hart from long range. Bridges passes to Brunson. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be. This one for 3. Garland, no good. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Ryan, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Here's Brunson after the basket by Cleveland. And there's the foul. It's going to belong to Darius Garland. That's his first foul of the game. Bridges outside. Here's Anunoby. Jerome grabs the miss. For Cleveland, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. And the three-pointer goes. Jerome's got 5 points now this quarter.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Here's Brunson outside. That one doesn't drop. Cleveland leading by 3. Garland for 3. It's another 3 for Cleveland. You're a good person to ask this, Doris. Why do so many point guards turn into successful coaches?
Yeah, I think obviously, Brian, as a point guard, you're responsible for knowing every position on the floor, where they're supposed to be at all times. And you're also sort of thinking like a coach already. This person hasn't had a bucket in a while. How do I get them in a position to make them successful? So I think you're in control of so much as a point guard that it naturally translates to coaching.
Now here's Brunson. Give him 8. And Brunson won't miss many of those.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from 3 is a beautiful thing.
Back to Garland. From outside the arc, connects from downtown. Garland's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Hart. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, BA? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league. You know this about OG Anunoby. This guy's going to give you tremendous effort nightly. Really good job on the glass.
Back to Allen. Pass to Okiki. Here's Strus. Anunoby covering. Strus with a screen on Bridges. And here's Garland. Back to Jerome. 6 on the shot clock. Garland against Brunson. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
3-pointer. They get it back. Out to Bridges. Outside Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Oh, rejected by Allen.
Jared Allen twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
So New York ends up going with a whole new group. The Cavaliers leading. Here's Garland. Okiki, the pass to Garland. Launches a 3. And Tucker pulls it down. Knicks shooting just around 33% since the second quarter got underway. And here's Strus outside. It's hauled in by Robinson. And the Knicks shooting right at 35%. Not getting what they want out there. That gives them the lead. Tucker's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Outside Strus. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 2. A deep 3. And that's not going to go. What a performance for Darius Garland. He has been the story for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
The center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You look at Jalen Brunson. What a contribution.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half. P.J. Tucker is out there with Achua. Then there's Campaign. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Robinson in at the 5 spot. Pass to McBride. Robinson against Mobley. Robinson passes to Tucker. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. The 3 from Mitchell. Achua with a rebound. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. And a big finish by Robinson.
Well, Mitchell Robinson will take it to the rim with authority every chance he gets.
The 3 from Mitchell. Mitchell can't get that one to fall. The Knicks have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
The ease with which the game comes to Evan Mobley. My goodness, it's fun watching this guy play above the rim.
Screen by Robinson. Here's Tucker. That 3's off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Hunter can't get it to go. The Knicks with the lead. To the inside. Achua with the dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. New York leading by 4. Outside Payne from the arc. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. From deep, Mitchell. Oh, leaving no doubt on the break. Mitchell.
From three-point range, Donovan Mitchell attacks with reckless abandon. He'll just keep firing, folks.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
The Cavaliers have great size up front. They have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who said, we have each other's backs. That's the advantage of having 2 7-footers. If you blow by the first one, there's a second one waiting for you. Brian, they'll make it tough.
No doubt. Waves and waves of length inside. Thanks, Allie. McBride passes to Payne. For 3. It's rebounded by Wade. The Cavaliers trail by 4. From deep, Mitchell. The offensive rebound. Fires the 3. Mitchell, bullseye from distance.
Boy, right from the opening tip, guys, Mitchell was focused and locked in, and he is doing damage offensively.
Look, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
And that'll be Cleveland's ball as it goes out of bounds. Cavs keep possession here. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Knocks it down from distance.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Achua with a screen. Here's McBride. Off target from outside. For Cleveland, they've gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. From deep, Mitchell. For the lead. Again, the miss by Mitchell. The Knicks have gotten 6 of their first 12 shots to drop in this third. Here's Tucker. Sends it home from three-point land.
3 points.
Tucker's got his second basket on the night.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Here's McBride. And he makes it on the layup. And now a 6-point New York lead.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Outside Hunter. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Back to Hunter. Shot clock at 5. Hunter, a screen on Achua. Wade drives in. And it's New York with a rebound. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Tucker. Launches it. Here's McBride. The second effort. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
First team foul.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Mobley, he's checked in for Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Jerome. Mitchell on the wing with Strus. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Garland in at the 1. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs. And there's the foul. It's going to belong to Darius Garland. That'll be a second foul of the game. Here's Brunson. Sneak it inside. It's Brunson.
Superb touch on the teardrop. Jalen Brunson so good with the floater.
And the shot is good by Garland.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
New York leading by 6. He shoots. The rebound by Allen.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And Garland with a basket on the assist by Allen.
I like the toughness required on that finish by Darius Garland. Boy, oh boy, that was nice. The willingness to mix it up on the interior, so important.
And Brunson gets it to go. And Cleveland has possession. From deep, Mobley. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside Hart, tipped. It's stolen by Garland. The three from Mitchell. Fires in the triple.
You love how confident Donovan Mitchell is. When catch and shoot opportunities, there's no hesitation.
Ooh, poked away. It's stolen by Garland. To tie it up. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 8 now. Brunson surveys. Outside Hart. Pass to Towns. From behind the arc. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in.
Yeah, you love to see Towns mix it up a little bit. Gets his team a bucket on the second chance.
Now Garland. And here's Mitchell. Brunson defending. Mitchell can't get that one to fall. Brunson against Garland. Brunson to the basket. It's good.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
Allen, the pass to Strus. Mobley outside. The three is up. They get it again. Out to Garland. The three. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. Brunson with it. He's picked up by Garland. Brunson passes to Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. Hart from long range. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Mobley's got 9 rebounds now. From deep, Mitchell. Mitchell hits from the corner.
Wow, Donovan Mitchell simply fearless when his team is in need.
The shot by Towns, no good.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Pass to Garland. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And so it's Mobley with it. He brings it up for Cleveland. 4-point game. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, that's how you use the floater. Darius Garland gets into his bag.
Garland against Brunson. Outside Hart. Fires the three. The Cavaliers pull it in.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact. How about the young big man, Evan Mobley, coming through in the clutch? We see you, young sir.
Anunoby, a screen on Mobley. Outside Anunoby. Out to Bridges. From deep. New York, again, can't hit. Important possession here.
Yeah, we'll see how they execute under pressure.
Outside Garland. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brunson. Back to Garland. Pass to Mobley. 5 on the clock. Now here's Garland. With the fadeaway. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson passes to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. And that's a foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. Brunson passes to Hart, and stolen by Mobley.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll... Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. Here we go. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the 2-guard spot.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Outside Hart. Donovan Mitchell with a board.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Back to Wade. From deep three-point land. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Outside Brunson. Lets the three fly. On target from range. Brunson's got 20 points.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Down low. Towns down low. Guarded by Garland. And there's Towns on the assist by Bridges.
That, to me, is about Karl Anthony Towns carving out position on the interior. Such a pretty play.
Oh, my! That's why we had no breakaway rim.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. The Cavaliers have gotten 2 of 4 attempts to go in OT. Pass to Wade. And here's Garland. Now here's Mitchell. Brunson defending. Fades. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. The Knicks shooting 41% in this game. Towns on a screen. Here's Tucker driving to the basket, and he banks in the layup. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Well, that's just superb coordination and balance right there. Tucker's hard to move once he gets the ball inside.
Mitchell finds Strus. Now Garland. He's covered by Hart. Oh, he nails it! And tie game! Huge basket right there! For New York, they've gotten 3 of 5 attempts to go as we play here in this OT period.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Outside Mitchell on the wing. Wade. Outside Garland. The 3 ball. Allen, the pass to Wade. Back to Garland. 6 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Oh, he knocked down the trifecta.
And they do have a foul to give if needed.
And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Pass to Bridges. Back to Brunson. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. And that one misses. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Obviously not a lot of time to work with. What do you guys think we're going to see?
Down 1 with just enough time for a couple passes and a shot. We'll see what they can do.
Here's Garland. Count it! And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
And there's not enough time to catch and shoot, so they'll have to tip it in off the inbound pass.
And so it's the Cavaliers who come out on top. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
starting group. They've got Embiid. Paul George is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. And for Cleveland, Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. DeAndre Hunter out there with Evan Mobley. And it's Garland in at the point guard. Well, RJ, this could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Lets it go from deep. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And Garland can get going from deep, which is why you can't give him very much space.
Pass to Grimes. And here's George for three. Buries the long-range jumper.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And here's Strus for three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. About a minute played so far here in the first. Pass to Grimes. Embiid inside the line. Oubre with it. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
Oh, this man can move in transition. Like, look at Mitchell's eyes. They just light up when he's on the brink.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Now, I understand he's a large human, but the defense has to be better. You can't let Embiid get whatever he wants inside.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
For three, Hunter. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Maxey against Garland. Shoots the three. Kept alive. Outside for George. From the arc. Cans it from downtown. George has got 6.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
Cleveland moving the ball around. And here's Mitchell from the arc. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Another miss by Maxey.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into a starring role with the 76ers. He says these guys have the ultimate confidence in me, all the way from the organization down to the players. So I can just go out there and be aggressive, play my game, even through mistakes. It's all part of extraordinary growth for the guard. Kevin?
EA thanks. He is rewarding their faith. And I love his statement on growth. He's always looking to expand. Back to George. And he makes good on the layup. He's got 8.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
That one drops for him.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Three-pointer by Embiid. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
A kick out to Mobley. Got a piece of it. Here's Strus. Scoreless thus far. Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 11. Maxey with it. From deep three-point land. No good on that one. There's Garland. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Resourceful move there, ending the...
And so the first quarter is in the books. 76ers on top. They lead by 9. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Jared Allen is out there with Wade. Then it's Sam Merrill. Then it's Isaac Okoro. And it's Jerome in at the point. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Richard, close to a decade ago, Eric Gordon won the 6th Man of the Year award, and he is still a force off the bench.
Gordon is still a factor from outside. Not as much burst as he had before, but you got to respect his drive. His game has aged very well.
And that one's good. Maxey.
The pure shooting stroke of Maxey, gifted at draining it from outside the arc.
Here's Allen. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Maxey. Abuzele can't hit. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Okoro, wide open, he fired. The basket good off the assist from Wade.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Here's Abuzele. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. This one for 3. Jerome, no good.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Lowry against Allen. And Dean Wade gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Oubre's checked in for the 76ers. Paul George comes in for Edwards. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. For 3, Oubre. Lowry dishes to Oubre. And Drummond kicks to George. Shot clock at 5. For 3, Oubre. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Okoro. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Outside, George gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 14. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Kicks it out to Gordon.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And the 76ers lead by 7. There's 1:47 left to play in the first half. Here's Jerome. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Jerome's got his second basket. Outside Lowry. Pass to George. Outside Lowry. Driving in. Oubre outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
Okoro shot is off. The 76ers leading by 8. Left side Lowry. Oubre outside. Kicks it out to Gordon. 76ers moving the ball around. Offensive rebound. Outside, George. Pass to Oubre. Good on the triple. And now it's an 11-point 76ers lead.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the three.
Here's Jerome. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Kyle Lowry. Gordon with no one around. From outside, off the mark. Cavaliers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And for the 76ers, they're shooting 43% from the floor. Now here is Lowry. Still yet to score. They grab their own miss. The three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lowry's got the lead up to 14 now for the 76ers. And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That's his first foul.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Council. And no good on the last second attempt this time. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Bring your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. They've got Edwards. Embiid is out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Council in at the 4 spot.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The 76ers leading by 11. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
76ers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. You have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. You have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. And Garland has it in the corner. No good on the 3. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've led by as many as 14 points. And he's good on the 3 ball. Edwards got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. A 3 from Strus. That one, no good. The 76ers leading by 13. Maxey looking it over. From past the arc. And it's Strus with the rebound. Strus has got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
For the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
And here's Maxey. He has 6. Pass to Council. Back to Embiid. Nice move. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
In the mold of Shaq, Joel Embiid is physically just overwhelming. Plus, he's got some touch and skill.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for the 76ers. George comes in for Edwards. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Embiid, no good.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Strus's shot is good.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
Oubre passes to Embiid. Joel showing off the range.
Guys over 7 foot like Embiid, they are not supposed to do that.
Mobley wide open. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Garland's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Oubre, and finished off by Oubre.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Garland finds Hunter. Strus against George. Puts up a 3. And it's Strus missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Philadelphia leading by 9. Maxey passes to Embiid. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got his 5th rebound in this one. We've got 33 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. He was all alone on that one. Garland's got 10 points in the game.
He doesn't waste any time right there thinking about it. Garland gets that hot pass, and he moves.
Embiid inside the line. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 in the 3rd quarter so far, just above 50%. Garland, the pass to Mobley. Pass to Mitchell. Pulls up. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for Philadelphia. The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Cavaliers trail by 8. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. Hunter is out there with Max Strus. And it's Mobley in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. For 3, Edwards. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
Oh, great feed by Lowry. He'd rather pick up an assist than score a bucket.
Strus's shot is good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Lowry passes to Drummond. In the corner, it's Gordon. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Pass to Drummond. Back to Lowry. Just 4 to shoot. Gordon for 3. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Mitchell wide open. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Right now, this is what you want to see. Mitchell playing without hesitation and just taking quality shots.
Takes a 3. That's good from Edwards on the assist by Lowry. Edwards got 9 points here in the 2nd half.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Philadelphia leading by 8. There's Gordon with the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
So many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Puts up a deep 3. Hunter grabs the miss. Hunter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Drills the 3-pointer.
When you shoot hundreds of these shots in gyms by yourself, it will make you automatic just like Mitchell.
Strus against Edwards. Takes the 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Hunter's got 5 rebounds tonight. For 3, Mitchell. And it's Council with the rebound. The 76ers lead. And here's Edwards from the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists now in the game. Garland kicks to Mitchell. Back to Garland. Mitchell outside. Garland left side. And here's Strus for 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And here's Edwards from the arc. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of his 7. Lowry finds Edwards. Now Drummond. Back to Lowry. Pass to Council. Stolen by Garland. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
How's that for a two-way effort? Garland right on top of that.
Back to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Garland.
Stops, takes it. Garland has that shot ready to go at all times.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Mobley, and another 3 for Cleveland.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
Outside Lowry. There's the 3. Back to Gordon for 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. And the 76ers lead by 10.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Philadelphia.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and then also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Joel Embiid.
And what effort he had on the boards, displaying some great fight, willing to battle down low.
And it's Strus missing. And a deep 3 from Lowry. No good. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Thanks so much, David. And that'll do it, folks. And
this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. They've got Eric Gordon. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's George, and it's Maxey in at the point. Here's Brunson outside. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Fires from deep. And it's Maxey missing. Three-pointer, Bridges. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
Oh, productive from back there. Bridges showing the range.
George outside. Back to Maxey. Pass to Oubre. Shot clock at 6. Gordon outside. Back to Oubre. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Knicks ball.
Here's Brunson. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City. Playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
And here's Oubre from the arc. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Great pass by Maxey there. This guy really clever at finding ways to get his teammates involved.
And the foul called on Paul George.
Paul George.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And Anunoby for 3.
Well, the quickness of Paul George on defense is something that very few players possess. I think he does a fantastic job rushing guys because of his presence.
Tyrese Maxey with a nice move. Maxey's got 5 points.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Embiid passes to Maxey. Let's go with a 3. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Outside Hart to halt the run. Hits a 3-pointer.
Well, you love seeing that from Hart. Great exuberance and enthusiasm out there on the court.
76ers lead. 11-6.
Maxey against Bridges. Embiid high post. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Brunson outside. Joel Embiid pulls it down. Philadelphia leading by 7. For 3, Maxey. And it's New York with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. George finds Embiid. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. Over on Anunoby. Fires for 3, and Anunoby gets a hand on it. Some changes for Philadelphia. Drummond comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's Lowry in for Maxey.
For the Sixers, Andre Drummond. Kyle Lowry.
Brunson taking his time here. Misses the 3. Philadelphia leading by 5. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Bridges. Drills the baseline jumper. Bridges has got 5.
So solid from the mid-range. Bridges understands when to rise up from there.
Gordon with a screen on Bridges. Pass to Gordon. And here's George. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first. And George with the jam.
Nice physical play by Gordon to set that shot up.
Knicks trail by 5. Here's Brunson outside. Drummond grabs the miss.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
With 4 on the clock, kicks it to George. Takes a 3. Not going to go that time. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for the 76ers. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter, Kyle Lowry out there with Eric Gordon. Then it's Andre Drummond. Then there's Edwards. And it's George in at the 3 slot. Philadelphia leading by 5. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Gordon with a screen on Payne. Back to Gordon. Outside Edwards. Clock at 6. Lowry outside. There's the triple. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks trail by 8. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Anunoby for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Anunoby's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Stolen by Anunoby. Bridges with it. Checked by Gordon. Anunoby for 3. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
Oubre, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Grimes comes in for Gordon. Well, Clark, as we know, player comparison is a popular exercise among fans and analysts alike.
Yeah, I've never really ascribed to that, but in this day and age, I think it's even more unfair to do so because the game has changed tremendously. I mean, three-point attempts and scoring averages are way north, in large part because of the pace of play. So the game has changed, and that means when you're comparing players, it's a little harder to do in a fair manner.
And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
New York, again, can't hit. For Philadelphia, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. A nice shot by Grimes.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Anunoby for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Drummond's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Lowry. And he drives in. Drummond with the ball. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. To the paint. And slam dunk by Tucker.
Yeah, you know, Tucker's a little undersized, but he makes up for it with leaping ability and reach.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Oh, man, carving this defense to pieces with the drive. Well done.
22-21.
Payne against Lowry. Edwards a screen on Payne. Pass to Edwards. Over Tucker. And Edwards the bucket on the assist by Lowry. Edwards got his first bucket in this one.
A good display of Lowry's court vision there. Nice feed to the open man.
Bridges passes to Tucker. A minute 39 left to play in the first half of basketball. Payne finds Tucker. And the Knicks, another three.
Hey, one of the strongest part of Tucker's game is knocking down that three-point shot. He doesn't need much space to get it off.
Outside Edwards. Knocks down the triple. Edwards has got 5 now.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
Outside Payne. From downtown. Rebound by Philadelphia. 1:03 left in the second. Here's George. And here's Embiid. Rebounded by Payne.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
A nice shot by McBride.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you look at him, he's giving up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
Here's the three. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in the game. Maxey passes to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Now here's Embiid. Puts up a 3. It's good. Embiid gives it to him.
And, you know, if you're the defense, you live with that from Embiid. He has range, but that was an absolute bomb he just dropped off.
And here's Payne outside. The shot comes out. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Philadelphia on top. Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
They've got Precious Achiuwa. Miles McBride is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Tucker in at the small forward position. That's Tom Thibodeau's 5 as we get going in the second half.
And the find by Brunson, more than capable of running the offense.
Here's Gordon. Count it, and the foul. Jalen Brunson picks one up.
Oh, he really fought for that one. Battling through contact to complete the play.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go. This sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
4-3. Brunson nails it.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from 3 is a beautiful thing.
Hart, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
They get it back. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Gordon finds Maxey. Now Embiid. There's the 3. Oh, Embiid knocking it down from downtown.
A focal point in this offense, Embiid has no hesitation shooting off the catch.
Outside Brunson. Shoots over Maxey. Brunson missing again.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Outside Achiuwa. Here's McBride. Counted from distance. McBride's got 6.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is giving.
Here's Council. Achua defending. And they call an illegal screen here.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. Edwards comes in for Council. George, he's checked in for Oubre. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Maxey. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Edwards for three. Achua with the rebound. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York, trailing by 5. Three-pointer. Drummond grabs the miss.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Count that one. Drummond's gotten 4 this quarter.
That's where Drummond generates most of his offense. I mean, he's got a lot of moves in the low post.
Out left to the wing. Tucker, the pass to Achua. Achua with a screen on George. McBride. And the Knicks miss again. Philadelphia leading by 7. Back to Gordon. Driving inside. Pass to Drummond. Edwards for 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Achua with the dunk.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
42-37.
Lowry with a screen on Tucker. George drives in. And George with the jam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Philadelphia has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
You know, Drummond always looks like he's trying to tear the basket down when he dunks.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And it's Brunson missing.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
For 3, George. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Philadelphia on top, up by 15. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. We've got Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Lonnie Walker, and it's George in at the small forward position. Outside Payne. Towns passes to Hart. The long distance 3 is buried.
You know, guys, I don't think the defense has any idea of what to do with Hart if he's knocking down shots like that. That's ridiculous.
And here's Lowry from the arc. And he can't get that one. Knicks trail by 12. Payne pass to Bridges. Back to Payne. The 3. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. For 3, Lowry connects from downtown. Lowry's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Walker. Stolen by Payne. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Beyond the arc. Sinks the tray.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see. Ball movement.
76ers lead. 55.
Lowry outside. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Bridges. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. And it's Bridges with the jam.
All talent there from Bridges.
Here's Lowry.
55.
Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the 76ers lead by 12.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Embiid finds Oubre. Embiid against Towns. Whoa! Embiid with the slam!
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
Knicks trail by 11. Outside Payne. The three is up. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Payne against Lowry. Pass to Embiid. Lets it go from deep. Unable to get that one. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. Hart from long range. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's George. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
New York making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. Tyrese Maxey's checked in for the Sixers. New York no good that time either.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
And count it. Now 5 for 7.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the 76ers.
Man, they were in a groove from long range tonight.
Yeah, they were able to find space, and they were ready to let it fly the moment they saw an opening.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Tyrese Maxey.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
The Knicks have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Here's Brunson outside. Drains the triple. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Philadelphia with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
63-51.
Anunoby against Maxey. Back to Anunoby. Into the lane. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Maxey with it. Puts up a deep 3. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Now here's George. Fires from way outside. Did he?
Oh, yeah!
My! He did!
What an incredible shot!
Wow!
Yes, indeed.
So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this... All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
matchup we have here in the front court.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. Evan Mobley is out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Garland in at the 1.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Brunson, no good. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Rebounded by Hart. New York with the ball. It's a three-point game. Takes a step back. Anunoby passes to Towns. And here's Brunson outside. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Really quick release there from Brunson. Let that one go in a hurry.
The 3 from Garland. Rebounded by Hart. Stolen by Garland. Pass to Strus. The tray. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. Brunson finds Anunoby. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Now here's Hart. His three-pointers off the mark. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Inside, here's Hunter. Pass to Strus. Feeds away. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
Hart with the screen for Brunson. Sinks the three-pointer. Brunson's got 6 points.
Brunson just knows how to manufacture points. Right now, being assertive.
Garland kicks to Mobley. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Hart. New York's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Towns, the pass to Anunoby. From deep. Fires the 3. Towns, no luck.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And here's Strus for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Strus has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Cavs. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Brunson against Garland. Puts it up. Rebound by Mitchell.
That's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Knicks trail by 5. Fires away from outside. Bridges misses.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Towns, a screen on Garland, and stolen by Mobley. Garland with it, Hart covering. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell, and misses it off the right side of the rim. New York's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Here's Anunoby. Here's Towns. Pass to Bridges. Here's Hart. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And he can hurt you from there. The D must be up on Hart when he has the ball.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Now, here's Strus. And the layup is good. Strus has got 14.
Works that one inside nicely.
Knicks trail by 7. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. There's the triple. The Cavaliers pull it in. Now Cleveland moving it up. A 3 from Strus. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. He's got 17.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would.
And so it's Cleveland with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. DeAndre Hunter out there with Mobley. And it's Jerome in at the point guard. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Well, one thing that's noticeable is just tremendous energy from everybody, and they put that into their transition play, and all that hustle is paying off.
The numbers will back it up, Brett, but when you watch OG Anunoby, it's easy to see why he is an elite defender.
Yeah, Kevin, he's been slept on by a lot of casual fans around the NBA, but trust me, diving deeper into the numbers, OG's defense is elite. He's got that strength, he's got the wingspan, he's got great instincts, and he is daunting for any would-be scorer that wants to put points on the board.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Bridges shot good.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, he can add it to the list.
Pass to Strus. The Cavaliers with another miss.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Jacks up a 3, and the 3-ball is good. Strus has got 20 points.
Yeah, you could tell Hunter knew he was open, did not hesitate to find him.
Outside for Robinson. Now here's Tucker, covered by Hunter. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got his first points of the game.
Now, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. They set the pick. And here's Strus for 3. Payne grabs the board.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Anunoby, good.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Pass to Strus. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Strus got 23. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Tucker can knock down the long-range 3-ball. You just can't give him that much room to settle in.
Pass to Strus. And the layup falls. Strus has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Payne kicks to Bridges. Launches it. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Anunoby has the open look. They get the rebound. Tucker. Out to Bridges. 6 to shoot. Tries again. That shot is off. Good D by Mobley. And so it's Mobley with it. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. It's good from long range. And now it's a 10-point Cleveland lead.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrapped for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
And it's Strus missing. Knicks have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. A nice shot by Tucker.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Strus's shot is good. Strus has got 27.
And ball handlers like Mitchell really elevate your offense. His precision passing to pass the basketball at the right time. Really a terrific ability.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down to 4 on the bucket from Tucker.
He is in a zone right now. Every three he puts up seems to be going down.
For New York, they've gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. A 3-ball. Jerome with the rebound. And here's Strus. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Max Strus making things happen for the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Knicks trail by 4. Miles McBride out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Achua in at the 4. That's the 5 for New York right now. Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubters?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all you can ask for as a young player. What he was able to do in Dallas opened up the eyes of a lot of people to what he was capable of as a point guard in the league. But trust me, Jalen Brunson has never stopped believing in his ability and confidence to dominate a game the way that we've seen him do that in the past couple of seasons.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Merrill gets the bucket. Now it's a 6-point Cavalier lead.
Just got to be able to read from the point guard position. And Garland did a nice job there.
From deep, Brunson, New York, no good that time either.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
McBride's shot is off. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Here's a Okoro. Offensive rebound. Here's the 3. Traps in the tray.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
They need this. And that one's good. Shamet's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Quick and clean with that shot attempt as Shamet knocks it in.
Passed away. 46. Outside Garland. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Okoro. Fires the 3. The rebound by McBride. Brunson with it. Guarded now by Okoro. Achua. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
46-42.
Garland kicks to Okoro. Garland with the screen for Okoro. Lets it go with the three. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist.
3-point goal.
Garland's got his 4th assist in this one. Garland against Brunson. Pass to Achua. Over Wade. And here is Achua. Brunson with it. It's stolen by Wade. Here's Merrill. Off target from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Out to the right wing. Now Shamet, guarded by Garland. Achua kicks to Brunson. Just 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Over Garland. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Brunson.
That's where Brunson gets a lot of his baskets. He just thrives in the mid-range.
Okoro dishes to Wade. High post Allen. Cleveland moving the ball around. A three-pointer, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Dean Wade gets the whistle that time.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul. 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brunson the pass to Towns. Shamet. Second chance shot. Not as good, and the Cavaliers lead cut to just 3 points on the basket from Towns.
How about the work ethic there of Towns? He's great at positioning himself on the glass and just outworking the opponent.
Brunson with it. Garland picks him up. That ties the game. Shamet's got 6.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
Fires from deep. Good on the three-point shot. McBride's got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
It's a tie game in New York. And here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Cleveland, a loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. DeAndre Hunter out there with Max Strus. And it's Mobley in at the 5 spot. Hunter with a screen on Anunoby. And here's Strus for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Strus has got 30.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Payne dishes to Robinson. Mobley with the block. Mitchell outside. Fires for 3. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Out to Payne. That's tipped. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
First free throw is good.
At the line, 2 shots.
Payne hits them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Garland. The wide open shot from Strus. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Strus has got 6 in the quarter.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
A capable shooter from all three levels. And Bridges with the smooth release.
Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Up and in on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 2.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Up top, Garland. Payne covering.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Bridges passes to Hart. Back to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Anunoby. Offline with his 3. Cavaliers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
Game is on the line. He wants the ball. No one on D stepped up to stop him.
Anunoby outside. Pass to Hart. Launches a 3. Here's Robinson. Bridges, no one around him. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Bridges has got it all tied up now for the Knicks. Now, here's Garland. Defense is right there. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Hart. And the 3 off target. Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. Towns is checked in for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Payne. Garland kicks to Strus. Down low, Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. The kick out to Town. Drills the 3-pointer.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting the chance to come up big for his team.
Mobley with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. Strus passes to Garland.
Jalen Brunson. First personal foul. Second team foul.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. The Knicks making a switch here. Tucker's checked in, and so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Brunson's scanning the floor. No good on the triple. And Garland with a clear path to the basket. Off target with his 3. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Brunson's a little smaller guard, but he'll get in there and tussle with the big boys.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Mitchell passes to Garland. Launches it. The 3 won't fall. From about 16. So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they can.
about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Here are the 5 for the Cavaliers. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. Mobley out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Strus in at the small forward position. And it's Maxey missing. From deep, Mitchell. The rebound by Embiid.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Inside, George. And George with the jam.
Oh, yes, sir. PJ making it look easy.
4-3. And Garland with the basket on the assist by Hunter.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
It's George on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from deep. George has got 5.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Strus. Garland for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Garland's got his second basket.
Oh, Darius Garland asserting himself, the answer back from distance.
Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Here's Strus. It's hauled in by Oubre.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Crosses over. Mitchell drives in. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
How high was Donovan Mitchell? How pretty was that dunk? My goodness.
Back to Oubre. Pass to George. And that one is hammered home.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Left side, Garland. Back to Hunter. Mobley outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Mitchell. They get it again. The kick to Hunter. The fader. Rebound by Philadelphia. Takes the 3. Pass to Grimes. Takes a 3. Outside Maxey. And there's the drive. Fires the 3. Strus grabs the miss.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Pure from three-point range.
From three-point range, Donovan Mitchell attacks with reckless abandon. He'll just keep firing, folks.
Doris, back in January 2023, Donovan Mitchell became the 5th player to ever score 71 in a game.
Think about this, Brian. Just Wilt, Kobe, David Thompson, and David Robinson had done it before Donovan Mitchell. Incredible company he keeps.
Now here's George. He's got 10. Stolen by Mitchell. And here's Strus outside. The rebound by Embiid. 76ers trail by 5. There's the triple. Grimes' shot is off.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Boy, the speed and the open floor of Darius Garland, and how about the decision-making? So impressive.
Now here's Maxey. Still without a bucket.
Dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Oubre against Hunter. Mobley passes to Mitchell. Puts up a deep 3. Doesn't go that time. For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 13 so far in this one. Embiid's shot is good.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. The three from Mitchell. Nails it from three. Mitchell's got 8 points.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Here's Maxey. Drives to the hoop. That one drops for him.
This night already has the makings of an offensive war.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt. Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And so it's Cleveland closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And they push the tempo. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Cleveland?
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
We've got Kyle Lowry. He's out there with Eric Gordon. Edwards out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Council in at the power forward position. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Merrill right side. And stolen by Edwards. Lowry left side. Fires for three. Sinks it from distance.
Not a shoot-first point guard, but make no mistake, Lowry can shoot from range consistently when given the opportunity.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Shoots it from the high post. The offensive rebound. Here's Garland. Allen outside. Drummond grabs the miss.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Pass to Edwards. Lowry with it. Edwards looking it over. Fires the three. The rebound by Allen. Cleveland leading by 6. And there's Okoro. That one's good. And the assist by Allen.
Boy, what a burst from Okoro. Gets himself back up the floor, beats the defense, gets a hand to finish the fast break. Nicely done. Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Garland against Lowry. Merrill tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gordon.
No need to rush that play. That's called giving away a possession.
Garland, the pass to Okoro. Back to Garland. Rebound by the 76ers. Edwards for three. The rebound by Allen. The Cavaliers have got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter.
Andre Drummond in the middle of the action at both ends of the floor. Big-time defensive block.
And it's a completely new group for the 76ers. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Wade, the pass to Merrill. From deep. Here's Allen. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Joel Embiid.
Nice job drawing the contact on that move. Jared Allen, very difficult to contain because of his length.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Hunter's checked in for Wade. Strus comes in for Okoro. Mitchell's checked in for Merrill. And Jerome subbed in for Darius Garland. From deep, Strus.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Back to Allen. Oh, he tries a three. Cleveland again missing. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Pass to Oubre. Back to Maxey. Launches a three. Donovan Mitchell with a board. Cleveland leading by 6. Strus with it. Guarded now by George. And Strus good for 3. Strus has got 9. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Maxey passes to George. Embiid with it. And here's Oubre from the arc. Kicks it to George. Outside Maxey. Outside Oubre. Philadelphia with another miss.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. 76ers trail by 9. Here's Grimes to the middle. The three, George. Philadelphia with another miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
The three from Mitchell. Yes, sir! Mitchell from long range.
Boy, if you let Donovan Mitchell get comfortable shooting the basketball, you're in for a tough night. That's an easy catch and shoot.
Maxey finds George. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of this game.
That's his first personal foul.
First one falls.
First team foul. At the line for 2.
George hits them both.
Well, you have to respect the career of Paul George. He has faced at one point a career-ending injury. He keeps battling to get back on the floor through constant injury.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
With one on the clock. No good there. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers ending the quarter up 10. The flow of the game has favored them in general. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Max Strus. Man, is he getting it done today?
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
On the court for the Cavaliers. Mitchell on the wing with Strus. DeAndre Hunter is out there with Evan Mobley. And it's Jerome in at point. Gordon with a steal. From outside the arc. And Kyle Lowry gets the three. Lowry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Lowry just says, listen, I got this. He is so confident off the dribble. Those pull-up jumpers are money.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
And here's Oubre from the arc. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Well, you look at Evan Mobley, Doris, so agile for his size.
This is a young man, Brian, with so much upside. Defensively, he can guard on the perimeter, slides his feet, keeps his balance, contests without fouling, and he's growing every repetition on the offensive end. I can't wait to see his future.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, Donovan Mitchell wears number 45 because that was Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. Mitchell's father was a pro player, and Donovan said, baseball was my sport. I had my mind made up. I wanted to make the majors, but in high school, a broken wrist on the diamond caused his focus to shift. Brian, I'd say it worked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thanks, Allie. Here's Lowry, and the layup falls. Lowry's got 13.
This guy does such an incredible job of sensing what's required from his team. And right now for Kyle Lowry, that means putting the ball in the basket.
Mitchell against Gordon. From deep. And it's Donovan Mitchell with the three. He's got 14.
That's Mitchell is lethal, and if you allow him a corner three opportunity, there's going to be no hesitation.
For three, Lowry. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And Cleveland making a change here. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. Wade comes in for Hunter. Okoro is checked in for Strus, and it's Merrill in for Mitchell.
You've allowed Paul George to lock in and get his rhythm. Now you better start to stop him.
For three, Allen, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Lowry. Again, the Sixers score.
This guy is such a weapon from the perimeter. Lowry showing off that beautiful stroke.
Here's Jerome. He buries it from three.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
And Doris, who can forget the 2016 Cavs, the team that brought Cleveland their first NBA title?
And not just basketball. The city hadn't won a championship, BA, in any sport for over 50 years. And for LeBron, a homegrown talent to do that with Kyrie, that is a team that will always have a special place in Northeast Ohio lore.
Here's Council. Here's Gordon. And it's Merrill who clears it away. The Cavaliers lead by 9. From the arc. They grab their own miss. Puts up a deep three. The shot won't fall.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
For three, George buries it from three. George has got 17 points.
You've got to be in Paul George's shooting space in order to make him uncomfortable. You give him anything easy, look out.
Pass to Wade. It's Merrill on the wing. Gordon with a steal. Here's Embiid. Oh! Embiid packs it down.
He's so tough to stop. Even when you hit Embiid, he possesses the strength to muscle shots in.
And the 76ers with some changes. Oubre, he's checked in for George. Walker comes in for Gordon. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Lowry. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Philadelphia.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
For the tie. Goes back up. Here's Walker. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
So he can't get either to fall. The Cavaliers lead by 3.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
It could go. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And we wrap up the third. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. We've got Kelly Oubre. Lonnie Walker is out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Council in at the 4 spot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. For 3, Maxey. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got 5 rebounds tonight. The 3 from Mitchell. Rebound by Philadelphia. Oubre's got 4 rebounds now. Lets the 3 fly. Yes. Great play by Walker to set it up.
But he's got NBA range. There's no doubt about that. Oubre with 3-and-D ability on the wing.
Gets the trifecta.
3-point. Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Mobley with the block.
Shooters have got to be careful and understand Evan Mobley is an elite shot blocker. He's going to let you feel him now, guys.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Here's Maxey. Oh, a nice One-handed slam right there.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Has to counsel. It's stolen by Hunter. And they're on the run. From deep, Strus drops in the three. Strus has got 9 points in the quarter. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game. Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Here's Counsell. Hunter covering. Back to Oubre. The three. Rebound by Donovan Mitchell.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Strus with the bucket. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Can they get it? And there's Oubre. That one's good. On the assist by Maxey.
No, that's the lefty stroke of Oubre, right? He can hit from mid-range right on out to deep three-point range.
On the wing, Strus. And the three-pointer goes. Strus has got 14 points now in the second half.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Back to Maxey. The three. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Cavaliers.
Check out their assist numbers.
They didn't get stuck in isolation. They got the ball to the guys who had the best matchups.
The Cavaliers lead by 18. Pass to Hunter. Over to the wing. And a deep three from Strus. No good on the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Drummond inside. Covered by Mobley. Walker for 3. Cavaliers with a rebound. Strus against Walker. Offensive rebound. Launches it. Out to Garland. It's stolen by Oubre. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Walker. "11 seconds left to play in the fourth. The Sixers again can't hit. And a deep three from Strus. And count it. And so Cleveland takes this one by a big margin. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the match.
Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Bridges out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then there's Towns, and it's Tucker in at the 4. Anunoby finds Brunson. Shot clock at 5. Misses the 3. Maxey with it. In the corner, George with it. Shoots over Anunoby. George, no good. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. A nice shot by Tucker.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Maxey, Embiid, wide open. Cans the shot from the wing.
Look, and he knows he has the green light. Embiid's kind of attitude in these moments just makes him even more lethal.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Now Oubre, after the missed 3 from Tyrese Maxey. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. I spoke briefly with the 76ers head coach, and they're focused on limiting one of the best shooting bigs ever in Karl Anthony Towns. The coach said earlier, Towns is a machine on the offensive end. Will try to make Cat into a passer, get the ball out of his hands. We'll see if they can accomplish that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Now, here's Tucker. After the miss from Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time.
Oubre, a screen on Brunson. Maxey into the lane. Here's Oubre. Plays it up and banks it in. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. On deep, Brunson. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Here we go, one-on-one. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. A three-pointer is right on target.
So locked in from range. Maxey almost makes it look effortless.
Pass to Tucker. Fires for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
And here's George for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
He rifled that one in from distance.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Oubre, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. Just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Brunson outside. And a miss there on the triple. The 76ers leading by 4. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Embiid with the screen on Brunson. Here's the 3. Embiid, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
They get it again. Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
How about the work ethic there of Towns? He's great at positioning himself on the glass and just outworking the opponent. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And Brunson gets it to go.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Pass to Edwards. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the first. Oubre finds Maxey. Oubre sets the screen for Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Getting up and finishing. Maxey leaving no doubt.
Here's Brunson. Bridges outside. No good with the triple. Philadelphia leading by 5. To the paint. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. And that one's good. Brunson.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. 76ers lead by 7. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And also, they've been draining mid-range jump shots, measuring the defense well, and just taking what they give them.
They've got Drummond, Abusele out there at Paul George. And there's Gordon, and it's Lowry in at the point guard position. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. They get it back. And Drummond kicks to Lowry. Hits it from three-point range. Lowry's got the lead up to 10 now for the 76ers.
Can't let Lowry get comfortable from beyond the arc because he's more than capable of hurting you from there.
Sinks the three-pointer.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin?
Wow. I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. Here's Drummond. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Knicks trail by 6. To the left wing. Towns finds Tucker. Three-pointer. And it's Lowry with the rebound. 76ers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Abusele can't hit.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
It's going to take more than this to stop Towns. He's too skilled at converting on the drive.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
A nice shot by George.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Here's Tucker, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Tucker's got 14 points for the game. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
Here's Yabusele. Clock at 4. From deep, George. Good on the triple. And now it's a 9-point 76ers lead.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Scooped up. Out to Bridges. Brunson scanning the floor. There's the three. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Lowry finds George. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. And that's 13 points for George.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
On the wing, Gordon. Defended by Bridges. Outside, George. Got 3 off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Tucker. Looking to end the run. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in this game. The deep 3 from George. That doesn't go either for George.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
And now Philadelphia on the break. No coverage that time. Lowry's got the lead up to 14 now for the 76ers. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And so it's Philadelphia with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Payne. Andrew Shamet is out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then it's Robinson, and it's McBride in at the shooting guard. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Right wing from the arc. Achiuwa, no good. Philadelphia leading by 14. Here's Maxey. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Remarkable work in transition. Maxey just overwhelms the defense when the break is on.
McBride's shot is off. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Knicks trail by 17. Pass to Robinson. Here's McBride. Shoots the 3. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Embiid.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for the 76ers. And that one is good.
Well, and it's just clear how comfortable Embiid is shooting the ball, especially from mid-range.
Here's McBride. An absolute bomb from three-point range. McBride's got 6 in the quarter.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
Here's Achiuwa. Off target from three-point range. Latrey. It's hauled in by Achiuwa. Knicks trail by 16.
Blocking foul call.
Side out.
Tyrese Maxey. That's his first personal foul.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid.
Now into the lineup for your 76er. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Three-pointer. And it's Shamet missing.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Here's Drummond, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
On defense, the Knicks. It's a 16-point game. Here's Bona. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. .149 left in the third. Payne in the post. Now recovering. Payne can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Right side, Edwards. Connects from three-point range. Edwards got 6.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is. When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Three-pointer, Lowry. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Love the response from Lowry. When you drain a 3 on him, this guy's coming right back at you.
And it's Shamet missing. Philadelphia leading by 19 points. Takes a shot at the elbow. Three-pointer, Lowry. They grab their own miss. Takes the 3. Robinson pulls it in. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Here's Achua.
Nice finish.
Assisted by
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Achua with it. Working on Walker. Fires the 3. Achua kicks to Payne. A second chance effort. Connects. The jumper drops. Payne's got his first basket.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Rejected by Payne. And so it's Philadelphia. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their work from beyond. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Yabusele. Lonnie Walker is out there with Lowry. And it's Bona in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And it's Bona with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 15. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. Bridges has got 5 rebounds tonight. And Towns throws it down.
And how about the athleticism from Towns there, skying up with ease to power through on that alley-oop.
Lowry from outside. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Count it.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Lowry looking around. Bona. Outside Lowry. The 3. Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Tucker can't get it to go. 76ers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. The offensive rebound. Another shot. Here's Bona. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to to block out.
And you can see them just deflate after giving up that score. And they know that they can't dig themselves out of this hole if they're allowing second chance points.
From outside the arc, it's hauled in by the 76ers. Ono's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The three from George. Goes back up. Back to Oubre. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
Anunoby, right side. From 18 feet away. Here's Towns. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Philadelphia.
These guys have been hitting the offensive boards hard throughout this whole game. Great job converting the extra opportunities.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. The shot by George, wide open. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Here's Towns. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Towns has got 5 points in the quarter.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
And Embiid throws it down.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
And the first one at the line is good.
Shooting for New York.
And the second free throw, good.
Anunoby at the line for 3.
And he nails the third. Philadelphia leading by 19 points. Here's Maxey. Kept alive. Here's Oubre. Tries yet again, and the layup is up and in.
Crafty at cash it in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Pass to Anunoby. Back to Bridges. There's the drive, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Maxey, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the 76ers.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all of the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession. We watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joel Embiid.
Honestly, I just love how relentless he is on the glass, making a big effort to pull the ball in and give his teammates extra chances.
He gets it in there.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Maxey against Brunson. Embiid from outside. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Bridges attacking. That one's rebounded by Embiid. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Outside Edwards. Embiid, the pass to George. From deep three-point territory. Whoa! From way out there!
And it drops. Okay.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt. Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up.